I wanted to talk about this person, Chen, it says his name's Chen, Chen, but there's no cha in Greek, so it has to be ja, that might be cha. Like I might not know that's cha, or it has to be sha, or like something like that, or za, because it's Zena, because his name is Chen A. For me, that's Jena. Because like here's a coin. It says Allah Jena Kles Arma Jenas Jenas. The Omicron is an because Ikra logos. That's why I have it as an at symbol when I translate the Greek into English in my text that I'm translating right now. Have I broken off Jena a lot? Yeah. So this guy Jena in the text, he gets murdered and he comes back, right? And he was the smartest. Like everyone knew who he was. They paraded him around because he was the highest scorer. Everyone saw this guy. Next thing you know, he comes back. And they say it's because he saved a fish that's winking or something, that winked or some crap. But really, like, you're not allowed to know the real story of Jena. But like when he comes back, like his son heals heals someone that's blind, and it has parallels to Christianity. But like, what is xenophobia? Xenophobia in English? It's from the fear of Zeus, the fear of Zen, like Zen Buddhism. But like the fear of Zeus is xenophobia. But we say it's the fear of foreigners. But why are you afraid of foreigners? Because one of them might be Zeus. I've talked about this a lot, this idea of xenophobia. So Chen comes to the Chinese. He passes this. He scores the highest on the civil service exam. No one knows how they have someone so freaking smart, but he's the whitest guy. Look at him. He's not even close to Chinese. Look at this guy. He's gigantic. He's Santa Claus. He's a clone of Santa Claus. So they murder him, and then he comes back. So like, why shouldn't you murder Guangrui? Because then you don't have Isaac Newton anymore. And you will never have Isaac Newton again, because he will always tell himself, you really, really, really want to avoid China. At least that's what I'm seeing when I read Monkey, is like, I love China so much, I'm gonna learn all about China. Now I'm reading Monkey. Yeah, I'm not going to China. It's not safe. It's not safe to be smart. Like you are not, like, no matter how like similar you can look to the Chinese, you are not Asian. You're a white person. So like probably like 5 years ago, I think I told Carrie Job, someone's after your marriage. Like someone's trying to mess up your marriage, like Satan or something, like a demon or some shit. And I didn't believe in, I still don't believe in God like her, or like she did. I don't know what she believes. But what I do know is that the story of Chen Guangrui exists for me, I think, especially. And Zhen, is that an important word in my Greek alphabet or Greek language right now? Well, there's Jena. Remember I was talking about how there's Allah Jena, because Zen, like they say it's for a name for Zeus, but it's Zeno, but it's Omicron, which is an because Ikra is Iota Gamma Ra Omicron, so it's Ikra, which is definitely not Ikro. It's not Ikro logos. Like they want you to naturally say Ikro, and same thing with the other one. So Chen Guangrui is a dead person in the story. And okay, so what's been happening in my head was the whole point of what I'm trying to say, because Carrie Job was actually Chen Guangrui's wife, and you love her very much, but she did end up committing suicide. Okay, yeah, because they're back on that Carrie Job Asian thing, because like these people have this thing where they know that like somehow they can tell me something bullshit, and it used to work because it's in my head, and if there's anything like and I do think she's probably a clone. It feels like it. But why would they do that? I think probably to like get involved with some bullshit like, oh, Cody, guess what? Alex actually had a secret relationship with her. Like, because it's like you don't know the way that like Satan, he's literal Satan, or Satan's friends, like can like use someone saying something to mess with someone else's head, so they start thinking irrationally based on someone else's words, because in their own head the irrational thoughts would not work, but suddenly someone verbalizes irrational thoughts towards them, and that is a trusted source, and therefore that trusted source can turn you into a stupid person. And like, it's very important to understand that like the greatest power that like the demons or whatever have is not inserting thoughts in your head. It's inserting thoughts in someone else's head that they say to you that's bullshit, and they don't even know how to not say it, because somehow it's coming out of your mouth. You don't know how you said that. So what do I think is the real story of Chen Guangrui? Like, he didn't want to be broke. So he, during the Tang Dynasty, heard about the tests they were doing. What are they called? Cultural something tests. I don't know. During Tang Dynasty, they started having tests to become important in the government. And that guy, he had to eat. He had to take care of his family. And he had to take care of his mom and stuff. And so he went and took the test. He did the best, but he was a white guy, and his wife, like he just kind of married whoever. Like, of course, he's just going to marry the member of the family that's important. That's logical, and that's why when it starts going, well, she was a clone. Probably not. Like, I think that in like reality land, you just go and marry whoever is important, and like, it's easy because you're the person who's the smartest person in the entire country. And I think that like what it says is that he ended up having one descendant, and like, I think that his one descendant, that male who was a monk, like I don't know if he ended up having kids. He probably did, but like, I think that like, he was like the source of a lot of very, very smart people in China. Probably a lot of very smart people are actually descended from this guy. But like, if you look at the next section in the book, like, what is the next chapter after the story about like she commits suicide in an honorable way. She does a good job at committing suicide. Sorry if it's a spoiler, but I don't think you can, like, I think it's like $150 for the book. We shall not discuss how Chen Guangrui performed his duties or Guanzhong cultivated his conduct. Instead, we shall talk about two wise men who lived beside the banks of the river Jing outside the city of Chang'an. One was an old fisherman called Zhang Shao, and the other was a woodcutter called Li Ding. Is it hard to read this book? No. It's very easy. Like, I've read Chinese histories that are very, very hard to read. This book's very easy to read.